Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today, we got SoFi on the menu. And this is an organization that I talked about for quite a bit here on the channel. And it is because it's very popular. And I want to say that based on my experience using this platform, and also from the feedback that I've gathered from many other professionals and people that use this organization, they're actually pretty good. So I want to go over the best features of this organization's social finance, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are a few requirements that you definitely don't want to miss if you are ready to sign up with them. And also, there are other cons that I've identified. All right, so let's get started here with the basics. And something that we all care about, of course, it's the APY, or AKA the interest rate. And currently, SoFi is offering a 4.0%. However, I'm going to share this with you. Breaking news, by the way. If you sign up with SoFi right now, you don't automatically get the 4.0%. Now, one thing that I experienced with this organization, and something that they explain on their website very clearly, is that in order to qualify for this APY, you do need to set up direct deposit. The direct deposit itself can be anywhere between a penny, a dollar, $10, however much it is. The key is to establish direct deposit. Now, if you want to qualify for the next probably best feature that I've identified with this organization, it's cash signing bonus of up to $325. You do have certain requirements that you need to meet. For example, if you have a direct deposit of $5,000 or more, then you do qualify for the $300 bonus, cash signing bonus. And if you sign up with the link in the description, you get an extra $25. Now, one of the special features that I've noticed with SoFi is that they're able to provide a FDIC insurance up to $2 million. Now, if you are new to the world of high yield savings and new to banking and you're just getting started, you may notice that most banks out there provide FDIC insurance up to $250,000. Now, the way SoFi is able to leverage other relationships and other banks and partnership with other organizations out there is they take your money and they distribute it amongst other FDIC insured banks. So they are able to provide an increased FDIC insurance. So there are also other ways if you have a lot of money, if you have, let's say, more than 500,000 or 700,000 or whatever, how much it is, there are ways to increase your FDIC insurance up to $1.25 million if you start adding beneficiaries. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, it does get a little bit more complex because you have to start dealing with trusts and adding beneficiaries, but it can all be very simple. Just make sure that you get the professional guidance you need to make this happen and not just try to do it all on your own and make too many mistakes. Save time, save time. If there's anything I learned in life, hey, hire people that can help you save time and avoid painful and costly mistakes. Okay, now switching gears here for a second, we're going to talk about the minimum deposit and maintenance fees, which is zero with this organization. However, if you do set up your direct deposit with them, then your minimum deposit is just your direct deposit, however much it is, if that makes any sense. So with this being said, let's keep going here with additional features that I personally care about when it comes to this organization. And that is the account access. So if you are wondering, hey, okay, so I open an account with them, how am I able to access my account? Then you can also access your account, of course, the mobile app, to ATM, if you have a checking account, which, by the way, if you end up opening a SoFi high yield savings, they automatically sign you up with a checking account and they will send you a debit card. So the debit card, you can use it to access your account, your checking, and then therefore also your high yield savings. So to me, it's actually very helpful and a nice feature that this organization provides. And when it comes to making deposits, you can do so by doing the regular bank transfer. You can set up the direct deposit, which we talked about plenty here. You can also do wire transfers, which, by the way, you are charged for. Generally speaking, most organizations charge you for a wire transfer, not so much for a regular ACH transfer, which is what happens when you do a bank transfer regularly. They also provide electronic check deposit. That's what I refer to as e-check. You can also deposit cash in certain financial institutions through the ATM. So when it comes to withdrawals, like you may be wondering, how long does it really take to transfer my money from SoFi to other organizations? Now, generally, they mention on their website that takes about 2 to 3 business days to another institution. And what I've noticed with this transfer window, by the way, this is actually pretty standard. Like most organizations out there take about 2 to 3 business days. It's not that bad. Some organizations take less than 24 hours, some others like 5. So 2 to 3 business days is actually not bad. It's pretty standard. And in my experience, transferring money to and from SoFi, it takes him about a day to make that happen. So just keep that in mind. Not all the experiences will be the same. So if it takes you too long, then let me know in the comments, and I would love to know, just so I gain more insight and I learn more from you guys, from users, and gaining and gathering different experiences, so that way I can give you the best information that I have available in my hands at the time. Okay, now here is one of the sweet features, I want to say, and benefits if you were to use a SoFi. Now, if you're not just looking for high yield savings, maybe you are interested in getting a checking account. Maybe you are also interested in learning about investing. Maybe you want to refinance your student loans. Maybe you got credit card debt. So they got all kinds of services. Essentially, the way I see SoFi, it's a full service banking organization where you can have literally pretty much, I want to say, everything that you need when it comes to your banking needs. At least that's the way I see it, because it provides checking, savings, loans, credit cards, mortgages. Also, their investing feature is fairly simple to use. So they got a lot of stuff, right? So if that's something that you're looking for, if you're looking for a new banking organization, a banking hub, then this could be a good option for you. Now, here is some X factors that I personally consider when it comes to choosing these organizations, because it's not just enough to see what they provide, the services, but also the breadth, also the depth of their services, like how long they've been in history, how serious are they about their brand and their business. So SoFi was actually founded back in 2011 by a couple of students at Stanford in California. And so they've been in business for it would be about 14 years, right? So one thing that I've learned, I'm also a business myself, and I provide consulting services and mentoring services. If you're interested, by the way, there's going to be a link in the description. But generally speaking, you don't stay in business if you provide crappy service, right? Like recently, I've heard of somebody whose business was shut down because he was not providing customer service. And that, of course, didn't fly too well with people, and people gave him feedback. And anyway, it didn't end up well. So long story short, customer service is, of course, the foundation and the keystone of any business. Okay, now when it comes to withdrawal frequency, SoFi has unlimited number of withdrawals that you can do on your high yield savings account. Some organizations out there have a limit of 6, others a limit of 10, but the federal limit of 6 withdrawals for savings accounts was actually suspended back in 2020 because of what happened. So nowadays it's up to banks to decide how limited this service is. So in the case of SoFi, it is unlimited. And average reviews, some other websites like NerdWallet or Bankrate, about a 4.9, 5 out of 5. So it's a good organization based on the feedback that I've been able to receive. And of course, they do have customer service available. So here's some screenshots that I gathered from NerdWallet on the left, Bankrate on the right. And I want to walk you through a couple of frequently asked questions that I get, just in case you are wondering. If not, that this is something that you need to know, because you may be wondering, okay, one of the fears that we have when we are banking with these organizations, especially online, is, hey, what happens if this bank fails? Well, what happens is it's usually bought out by another bank, by another organization, and your account would just transfer. Now, if no one buys the bank, then the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, will step in, write you a check, so that way you know that you are not left alone, stranded with no money in case something happens to the bank. Of course, make sure that your limits, you're meeting the thresholds, the limit of $250K for regular account. If you have a joint account, you can take it up to $500,000. And there's ways that you can work around that number, the limit, and make sure that you increase your FDIC insurance if you have a lot of money saved up and stored away. So that's something important that you need to know. And also another thing is like, hey, what's the best way to save your money? I encourage you to automate your savings, save before you invest. One of the best quotes that I've heard from Warren Buffett. So when you automate your savings, you're more likely to do it, less churn, more efficient, and you don't even have to think about it. So you set it once and then you just watch your savings pile up. Let me know, by the way, if you already automate your savings. I would love to know. Now, the other frequently asked question that I get, believe it or not, is, hey, do you have to pay taxes on your high yield savings account? And Uncle Sam, at the end of the year, now in the beginning of 2025, Uncle Sam is like this, right? Like he's like rubbing his hands, like just like watching you earn your money. Hey, I know that you earned some money in 2024. I need my cut ASAP. So it is very simple, by the way. You are going to be provided a 1099 interest form by your banking organization if you earn $10 or more in interest from a savings account. So this is sourced from Investopedia. So this is something that you need to know in case you forget, you know? So in case you forget to file your taxes for your interest, make sure that you comply with your tax requirements and you don't get in trouble later on with the IRS. Okay, now fast forward all of this. Now what are the SoFi pros and cons? So here are some pros that I've identified based on what I've been able to find in my experience and also people's and customers, viewers, research and feedback. So number one, of course, is the competitive APY of actually it's a 4.0% now. This is an updated review that I'm doing. So it's not longer 4.2. It's kind of funny. Last time I made one of these reviews, the moment I uploaded the video, it had already gone down. So that's the nature of these reviews. It is what it is. That's the nature of the business model. So it does still provide, by the way, a new account bonus of up to $325, which is a very sweet deal, by the way. Also, no minimum deposit, no monthly fees, which is fairly standard with most online organizations that do provide high yield savings accounts. The FDIC insurance is a little bit higher than usual. It's higher than I've seen other people provide, and that is up to $2 million. And it's got great tools for checking savings and also like provides buckets or vaults, which essentially allow you to have one savings account number and then different vaults within that account number. That way you can save separately for a car, for a house, for a wedding, for a vacation. And you can just start using sinking funds. If you're familiar with that, then you can start doing so and start saving for different purposes with one account number. And then, of course, got a ton of investing options and many, many, many of other services. Now, the yin and the yang, there's no pros without cons. The reason there are cons is because we have pros. So it does require you to have a direct deposit in order to qualify for the high APY. It also, you are automatically signed up for a checking account. That could be a pro or a con, depending on how you look at it. And of course, there's no branch access. Most of these high yield savings account organizations are by online institutions, and there aren't that many out there that provide in-service full branch access if you are looking for that. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is a big reminder is that every financial organization has good and bad reviews, but the key is to identify what is relevant to you, how recent the reviews are, and whether or not you want to choose that organization anyways. There's no perfect organization. With my experience, I've certainly chosen organizations sometimes I have like a 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5. And no one is perfect, all right? And the truth is that most people go online to complain and many people go online to praise, right? So we have to take those reviews and scores with a grain of salt. Sometimes I've chosen even movies or even job companies that have like a 1 out of 5 in customer reviews. And I've had personally a great experience. So many times it's very much individual. But hey, it's good to have an overall picture of what people are saying and thinking. Anyway, so would I recommend SoFi to my mom? I know that you've been wondering that for the whole video. So if my mom is looking for a bank and not a fintech, because SoFi is not a fintech, it's a bank. I've heard some people have this misconception that SoFi is a fintech. It's not. It's actually a bank. It's also if my mom is looking for basic checking and savings, if she's looking for a nice, juicy, cheesy cash sign-in bonus of up to $325. If she wants to do some basic investing, and also if she's looking for a new banking hub overall, then SoFi, it's a great option. But however, if my mom's looking for, maybe a bank with physical locations, in that case, I would look into Capital One. And if my mom's looking for the highest available APY out there, and if she don't want to have direct deposit or a checking account, if she just wants to do maybe manual transfers, doesn't want to set up direct deposit, wants to keep an account just by itself alone and then just do transfers that way, then SoFi may not be the best option out there. There's going to be a few links in the description that you can take advantage of if you're interested. And there's also more reviews here in the channel if you want to learn more. Now, if you are somebody that is looking to establish a financial plan for you and your family, and you are tired of all the general information that you see out there on social media that is not applicable to your specific situation, I can help you set up a financial plan for you. That's how I help my client Andita, and that's how I help my client Steve double his savings in 3 months. I want to help you establish a specific, actionable, and tailored financial plan to you, whether you want to get out of debt, whether you want to save money in this 2025, or you want to start investing with index funds in the stock market. Now, if you are interested in any of this, there's going to be a link in the description where you can sign up for having a one-on-one video call with me, and we can go over your situation and you can get started enrolling with your financial success. I'll see you guys on the next one. Like this video, subscribe to the channel.